On this episode of Jeep and Exploring, we're going to spend Labor Day weekend at two beautiful campsites, some nice technical trails, and we'll also visit one of the most scenic mills in Arkansas. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Tim with Jeep and Exploring, and we are at the Bigfoot camp down here in Arkansas. If you watched our Father's Day weekend video, we came down here and showed it to you guys and told you we was going to have to come back and camp here, and that's what we're doing. We got some friends here with us. We got Brad and Michael and Stefan and Gina's here, and Justin and everything, and I'm not sure if anybody else is going to be here or not. Caleb Baker was going to be here with us, but he couldn't make it. But anyways, it is now Labor Day weekend and Saturday, and we're going to camp here with these fellas and probably just hang out here the rest of the evening, and then probably get up in the morning and go hit a trail or two before we make our way down in the Ouachitas and see what we can get into down there and stay the night down there somewhere. Don't know what we'll do yet, but we'll find out. So stick with us, and we'll bring you back in a little bit. We're going to get the camp set up and hang out.
The water was flowing too hard, so we couldn't run it. We had hail, so we had to run a line a long ways to put it on that paint. What was his name? Wendell. Yeah, Wendell, that used to own the store up here at Pelser. Mm-hmm. Then he passed away, and then it closed, and now it's back open. Wendell was always good to tell me if anything had went on. And anyways, we would go there and buy Bigfoot stickers from him. And he was like, "Do you believe in Bigfoot?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I am a believer of Bigfoot." So he went to tell me some of the stuff, because he's, native to that area. And one guy walked out, and it was his brother. He said, "Man," he said, "wish you'd have known." He said, "I'd known." He said, "You need to talk to that guy that walked there." That's my brother. Mm-hmm. He said he was at Indian Creek fishing, and he seen one wade across the creek, and said he'd come back. Man, said he was just stoked up, confused, everything else about what he had saw. And but he said that one day they were there at the store. And he said a man and a woman came from a Pedestal Rock area and was coming on the highway, and I think he said it was about 2.5 miles before they got to the store. And they come in there all freaked out that they saw a Sasquatch run across the road in front of them. And said it literally like about 2 or 3 steps, and it was back out of the highway, and it was gone. And but they believe that's what they saw. And then if you're ever there at the store, and you may know it, but if you're there at the store and you kind of look across, there's a cabin. There, and Wendell said that one year when it snowed, those people came there. I guess it's like a getaway cabin or whatever. And anyways, they got there and there had been some snow, and they were outside, and on the back side of the cabin, they found some big, large footprints that were almost 17 inches long. Had walked behind that cabin out there by. I was like, that's pretty wild.
In here, we'd just been trying to see a bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man, let's go in the garage real quick. Took the freaking hacksaw and cut it down. Well, they started getting faster. I was like, all right.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful morning down here on the Big Piney, and we stayed up for a while last night and chit-chatted and grilled some brats over the open campfire, and those turned out pretty good, and we slept pretty good, I think. Had a few folks snoring last night, so that's always a good sign. We didn't hear any unexplained noises last night, I guess you could say. A lot of owls and a few whippoorwills and lots of frogs and crickets, which is always what you want to hear in the summertime. That's one thing I like about camping in the summer is those noises. You don't get that in the winter. But anyways, we're going to I think we're going to have some breakfast this morning and chill out for a little bit, let everybody get woke up. And pretty gloomy morning now, and it might rain today, I don't know, but we'll probably go hit some trails after a while, and not sure where we'll go, but we'll leave that for a surprise, I guess, as to you guys as much as it is us. And then I think we're going to go find somewhere farther south, maybe even down in the Ouachitas to camp again tonight. Not sure who's going to be with us. Again, that'll be a surprise too. And then tomorrow we'll get into a few things before we head back. So stay tuned with us, see what we get into, and it'll be fun either way. So we'll see you then. Got Brad trying to catch us breakfast.
There's
Catfish and eggs.
no Starbucks. Been looking all morning long. Not a single thing.
I don't like that sausage, it sticks too much.
We spotted this little waterfall just right off the highway going down the road, and this just goes to prove what I say, that sometimes you can find beautiful things without having to venture far off the pavement. We made it down to the Ouachitas area, and we are headed to a little camp down here. I think it's down by Caney Mountain, a little ways from the Fork Mountain area. But we're going to be coming down here and getting setting up, and then we're going to go back up to this intersection and meet Corey from Big Rock Overland, and Stan Rochelle is with him. And then Eric and his wife Misty are with him as well, and I think a few other people might be coming later. But we're going to go hit some trails in a little bit, see what we can get into, and then have another good evening with them tonight. Probably get up in the morning and start moseying our way back, but we'll bring you guys back here in a little bit and see what all kind of fun stuff we find. Well, we made it down here to the campground. It definitely was a little bit technical getting down here. Lots of washouts. That's probably the most technical trail I've been on in the Ouachitas to get down here to this camp, but it is amazing. We got the river right here behind us. You can see just right here at the edge of camp. A little bit more water down here. Well, the Piney was up good last night, but everything else in the Ozarks is down quite a bit. I'm sure this is down quite a bit more than normal, but we're going to get our stuff set up here, head back up the trail here, and meet everybody to go hit a few more trails, and then we'll be back here tonight and be mingling. So stay with us. We had a little change of plans. We got back up to the top of the intersection, and Eric and Misty made it back, and along with Stan and Rochelle, but Corey wasn't with them. Apparently his son got sick, so he had to run him back home, but he'll probably come back and possibly join us later on at camp or whatever. So Eric is leading us on some stuff. He's a little bit more familiar with this area than we are, and Stan and Rochelle is behind us, so we're going to see what he has to show us and go from there. We made it to the top of Forked Mountain. We got as far as we could go. There's a hiking trail that goes on up to the top, but this is as far as we're gonna go. It was pretty fun, a little technical getting up here. But we're going to turn around, head back down, and make our way back to camp. Get set up, get relaxed, enjoy the company, enjoy maybe put my feet in the water a little bit, and then then we'll get up in the morning and do a little bit more and start heading back. So we'll see you back at camp.
Yeah. And then it'd kind of go away.
Yeah.
Well, after we got back from our trip up there to meet you, Tim, in Missouri.
You saw us?
Oh man.
I got there at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's near the San Rafael Swell.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is another fine morning. It is Labor Day, and we are, as you've seen yesterday, down here in the Ouachitas, and beautiful morning down here. We'd actually woke up and it was cooler down here than it was the previous night up in the Ozarks. It stayed a little toasty, but I think we're down in this valley, and that helps quite a bit. But as you can see, it's a pretty gloomy morning now. It looks like it possibly could rain. That's fine. I welcome that. But we had, as you seen the White Gladiator a while ago, we had Jay come up out of Texas and meet with us. I'd never met him before. He's got a YouTube channel called Battle Lab Studios. And like I said, he's based out of Texas. So I haven't had a chance to check him out, I don't believe yet, so I'll have to do that. And yeah, anyways, we're gonna, I think, eat a little bit of breakfast, and we don't have a lot of time today. We got to make our way to Little Rock and do a couple things. But before we in the video, there's some place, there's a mill, and you guys might be familiar with it. It apparently is where they filmed the opening scene, Gone with the Wind, or something like that. But it's right outside of Little Rock, and we want to check that out on our way out. And we may hit a trail or two on the way out of here. So, but we will end there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for here. So we're going to finish getting around and make our way up out of here, and we'll see you up the road.
If he had a pair of balls on the back of his truck.
Find some balls on the trail?
Yeah, dude.
What the hell? Oh my god. Those
Nice.
are some big ass black balls.
I wonder if they're his. I don't know.
It's amazing sometimes what you'll find us laying on the trail. Now that Corey found his souvenir for the day, it's time to get back on the trail and head toward Little Rock.
So
out this way. Kayla and them are over literally right across the creek where we were camping, where you can't drive through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just got service of seeing where they're at. She's over there, and that's where that man-made like lake dam thing is that you can drive across.
After following Corey back to Little Rock and picking up a much-needed refrigerator that's going to help us out in our future outings, it was time to say see you later and head on up to the mill and then on back to the house from there. Alright, we got back up out of the woods and we are down here at Little Rock and stopped at a place I've always wanted to see because it looks very beautiful. It is the old mill, and it was they filmed it in the opening scenes of Gone with the Wind, and it's very beautiful. So let's check it out and show it to you guys. Oh, check out that old bridge. This is just pretty neat. This is an absolutely beautiful place. I highly recommend it. A little more people here than I like, but it's nice weather out to be expected. But anyways, we hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend, the same as we did. Too many people to mention, but we appreciate everybody that hung out with us this weekend. We got to camp with some great people, meet some new people, and then our next outing will be at Overland of America in Jay, Oklahoma here in a couple weeks. But yeah, this is just absolutely stunning place. So anyway, we're going to head back on to Missouri. We appreciate you guys checking in, and if you made it this far in the video, make sure and hit that subscribe button for us. It sure helps us out. But meanwhile, next time, keep exploring. We'll see you guys next trip. Thanks.